In the shadows of history, there are names whispered more than they are spoken. Names cloaked in mystery, shrouded in fire, and remembered with fear and fascination. Among them stands one that has haunted the imagination of the world for centuries: the Knights Templar. Were they holy warriors of Christ, or secret keepers of forbidden knowledge? Did they guard the sacred relics of the faith, or did they build an empire of wealth and ambition that threatened kings and popes alike? This is their story, the rise of warrior monks who swore poverty, obedience, and chastity, but came to rule armies, command kingdoms, and shape the fate of Europe. And this is the story of their fall, consumed by betrayal, greed, and fire.
The year is 1119. Europe is in turmoil. For 2 decades, Christian armies have waged bloody wars in the Holy Land, the Crusades. Jerusalem is captured, but the roads to it are perilous. Pilgrims who seek the tomb of Christ are robbed, murdered, and left to rot beneath the desert sun. Out of this chaos, 9 knights gather. They are led by Hugues de Payan, a man of faith and iron resolved. They swear a sacred oath to live as warrior monks, to abandon wealth, to abandon family, to fight not for glory, but to defend pilgrims on their journey. They call themselves the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon. Later, they will be remembered by a simpler name, the Knights Templar. They are poor. Their armor is donated. Their swords are second-hand. Their home is no castle, no palace, but the crumbling ruins of Solomon's temple in Jerusalem. And yet they believe themselves chosen, an army of God's will hidden in the dust of the holy city. For years they fight in obscurity. Few know their names. Fewer still honor their vow. But destiny is watching. By 1129, the Church takes notice. Pope Honorius II blesses their order. Bernard of Clairvaux, one of the most powerful churchmen of the age, writes in their defense. They live without possessions. They are bound by obedience. They fear neither man nor death. They are knights of God. The blessing changes everything. Soon, noblemen send their sons to join. Kings donate land. Lords grant castles. The Templars transform from 9 poor knights into a military force unlike any the world has ever seen. On the battlefield, they are unstoppable. Clad in white cloaks adorned with a blood-red cross, they charge into battle with terrifying discipline. A Templar never flees. A Templar never surrenders. Even when surrounded, even when outnumbered, they fight to the last breath. Their reputation grows. To see the white cloaks upon the horizon is to know that death is coming. But war is only half this story. While swords carve kingdoms in the east, the Templars build something far more dangerous in the west. They become masters of finance. Nobles and kings deposit treasure in Templar strongholds and withdraw it from other castles across Europe. They invent letters of credit, the first form of banking. A pilgrim can leave gold in Paris and reclaim it in Jerusalem. The knights who swore poverty now control the wealth of Christendom. By the end of the 12th century, they are no longer merely monks or warriors. They are kingmakers. They are the bankers of Europe, and their power grows too great to ignore. But the more powerful they become, the more secretive they grow. Their ceremonies are closed to outsiders, their vows unspoken beyond their walls. Whispers begin to spread. Did they discover hidden treasures beneath the ruins of Solomon's temple? Did they find sacred relics? The true cross of Christ, the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail itself? No one knows, but the Templars do not deny the rumors, and so the myths grow. To their allies, they are God's chosen warriors. To their enemies, they are guardians of forbidden secrets, heretics cloaked in holy robes. Some even whisper that the Templars serve not Christ, but a hidden master, a secret idol called Baphomet. But whether truth or slander, the rumors will one day become weapons and lead the Templars to their doom. The 13th century. The Crusades are failing. Jerusalem is lost. Acre falls in 1291. The dream of a Christian Holy Land is over. The Templars return to Europe. They are still red, still powerful, but they have no war to fight. To some kings, they are a shield. To others, a threat. And to one king in particular, they are prey. Philip IV of France, a king drowning in debt, his treasury empty, his crown at risk. The reason? The Knights Templar. Philip owes them a fortune, and so he makes a choice not to repay them, but to destroy them. On the morning of Friday, October 13th, 1307, across France, the trap is sprung. At dawn, soldiers storm Templar strongholds. Thousands of knights are seized. They are accused of heresy, of spitting on the cross, of worshipping demons, of secret rituals in the dark. The accusations are lies built on fear and greed, but under torture men confess to anything. In Paris, their Grand Master Jacques Molay is dragged before an inquisition. He denies the charges. He proclaims the order's innocence. But it does not matter. The once proud order is dismantled, their lands seized, their wealth stolen, their name blackened forever. On March 18th, 1314, Jacques Molay is led to the stake. As flames rise, his voice echoes over the crowd. God knows who is wrong and has sinned. Misfortune will soon befall those who condemned us. Within a year, both King Philip and Pope Clement are dead. Some say Molay's curse claimed them. Others, that it was justice. And so, the Knights Templar vanished from history. Their order dissolved, their power broken, their warriors scattered to the wind. But their story does not end. Legends claim some escaped, that they fled to Scotland, fighting at Bannockburn beneath a hidden banner. Others say they sailed to Portugal, becoming the Knights of Christ, guiding explorers who would one day discover new worlds. And still others whisper that they vanished into secrecy, guarding relics too dangerous for the world to see, that their hidden knowledge gave birth to secret societies, the Freemasons, the Rosicrucians, even conspiracies that endure to this very day. Were they saints or sinners, guardians of the faith or keepers of forbidden knowledge?
The truth of the Templars may be lost to fire and time, but their shadow still lingers. For as long as there are mysteries, their name will never die. The Knights Templar, a brotherhood of warriors who rose from nothing, ruled empires of faith and gold, and were destroyed by betrayal. But perhaps not entirely destroyed. For somewhere in the echoes of history, the Red Cross still burns.